So I called Tom and I said, have you read the paper? And do you know what's happened?
Her exact quote was, this is a bad thing. The festival can't go away. Detroit can't afford another black eye.
Then Tom called Bob McCabe and got a meeting set up at the Hill for lunch.
And we talked about the idea of having Mack Avenue Records become the title sponsor and replace Ford Motor Company.
Bob was hinting most of the day about looking for another Henry Ford. And I said, that lets me out.
Okay, yes. And that's when I told her.
And he said, no, 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 you don't understand.
And she said, how much would it take? And I said, ask them.
So I said, well, what's on your mind? So he said, well, we need a title sponsor or the festivals. I said, it's with music hall. It's fine. So I said, well, what kind of money are we talking about? And he told me, and I said, holy cow. So Tom suddenly jumped up. He said, I'm going to the bathroom. And Bob said, good. And it was something like that.
And while I was in the restroom, Bob McCabe and Gretchen Vilade finished the discussion without me.
That's correct. And Gretchen and I made the deal that she would do this. And he came back and said, I'll never let you alone again.
How I went to, they call it a finishing school, and it almost finished me. No, it was all right. It was all right. It was in New York City. I wasn't interested in school. Some people just aren't. I was one of them. So, but that got me in New York, and I saw, that's the only reason I went. I said, okay, I'll go. But it was, that's where I got to see all the different, like Sidney Bechet. He was very good for my education. Eddie Condon, Wild Bill Davison, Pee Wee Russell. Wild Bill Davison played trumpet.
Not starting a career, just not a new career, just finally going to work. You know, at 75, she should just say, okay, it's time to go to work.
I've been out to see my daughter, who's out there with Styx Hooper.
Her daughter had a friend who was in the business, Styx Hooper.
Styx Hooper. He was born in Houston, Texas, and he went to L.A. when he was with the Crusaders, when he started the Crusaders, as a matter of fact. And then my daughter was doing some kind of concert in Seattle, and they asked Styx to, I guess, play drums. That's what he did. And so he came to Seattle, and that's how they met.
So she gave me a copy of the melody, and I wrote the lyrics, and that song, the name of that song is When I Need to Smile.
Actually, can you turn up my vocals just
Turn them up a little bit?
Turn
Okay,
up,
babe.
yeah, just
Okay.
my vocals. If you could turn down the music in my headphones so
Okay,
I can
babe.
hear my voice.
Fantastic. Could you
Styx said that he could do that for her, create the demo, and get the music, introduced out into the music world.
I don't know what I would do if I had to live without you. Even when we're apart and I start feeling blue, I think of you and I have to smile.
Nobody had been interested in my songs until Styx Hooper.
She just thought it would be fun to hear the music produced.
And he said, we'll do a demo. And I said, oh, well, if you insist.
Once the label was created, then certainly we're looking for artists.
Well, Styx Hooper, who was running the company at the time,
He did all the recording, and I think he was president at the time.
He was going around the country calling friends and contacts and other artists big name jazz artists from years ago that hadn't done a lot of recordings in recent years.
And Gretchen, liked the idea of being able to have these senior artists on the label and give them a chance to put a little spark back into their careers as well.
Terry Gibbs is really a great talent. He's a fine vibraphonist.
He used to play in my band, and he was doing a compilation of records, of different artists. James Moody, I forget, about 20 different artists, 3 tunes each, and he called me, and he asked me if I'd like to play on 3 of the tunes.
And all of a sudden we had all these coats in my front room. I was like, oh my God.
That in itself was priceless, just to see some of the kids who had nothing for Christmas.
All anonymously. She didn't want anyone to give her any accolade. This is who she is. And I just love her.
She's an inspiration.
Oh, I think that they think that she is the angel that she is.
She's probably done more in the years where most would think she should be retired.
She stepped in where nobody else would, and keeping us going.
Oh, that music was fantastic.
Thank you.
Wow, you never played anything like that on J.
I love playing outside. Playing outside is just like being
so
in nature,
cool.
you know.
Oh man, that was
And I've been dying to meet you. I was like, who's Gretchen? Who is this? Who's
Who the hell
Gretchen?
is this girl?
It's like she's doing jazz and getting festivals and records, and she's hip. Like I gotta find a girl like this.
And when she moves, a lot of people move.
I think there's a certain part of all of us who meet Gretchen who secretly think, wow, I'd really like to be that when I grow up.
Gretchen's wealth, again, besides the things that she brings as an individual, her character, the finance is something that, again, money is funny. Like they say, you can have it and lose it. But someone like her, she'll never lose it because she's using it for things that are a blessing to not only her country, but to the world, So that to me is that.